Thank you so much, Meg, for the kind introduction. And hello, everyone. Really excited to be here. I'm joined by my colleague Kavita, who would be helping me with the PowerPoint presentation. So, Meg, if you can share the access with her. Kavita, do you have the screen share access now?
Not really.
Sit tight, y'all. We'll get you that we'll get that working for you. Mona Lisa will handle it.
Thanks, Meg. Thank you, Mona Lisa. Okay, I can see it now. Meg, Mona Lisa, are you able to see the presentation?
Yep, looks great.
Okay. Thanks, Meg. Thanks, Mona Lisa. Thanks, Kavita, for running the show for me today. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining Power to Fly Tech in India, a celebration 2023. In line with the theme, let's talk about a topic we all must celebrate in our careers, which is celebrating pauses in our work life. Pauses that help us rejuvenate, reskill, and really re-emerge as professionals. I understand our audience today might be a mix of working professionals, and some of you might be on a career break, looking to come back. That is like relaunchers or returners, as we call them. Those of you working currently might be contemplating a career break in the future, so we can call you pre-launchers. So I hope some of the perspectives shared today will be useful for relaunchers and pre-launchers alike. I'm Nivedita Nethani, and Meg gave a great introduction already. I'm a managing director with iRelaunch based out of Mumbai. I joined iRelaunch after 25 years of a corporate career without a break. Being an Air Force officer's wife with two boisterous boys 2 years apart and a very demanding corporate career, I'm sure you all can imagine behind the scenes of having that no break 25 years of career. I was really scared to take a career break, and I thought I would never be able to come back if I took one. So now I'm delighted to be a part of this movement of growing interest of corporations in career reentry programs and professionals having the courage to take the career break. And the good news, especially for the audience here, technology professionals, is that technology companies, banks, financial firms are really at the forefront of this whole movement. I joined iRelaunch, as Meg mentioned, after launching a global returnship initiative with a leading technology firm in India, recruiting almost 100 returners in a period of 8 to 9 months. So I'm extremely delighted to be here. Let's talk about iRelaunch. So iRelaunch, we are really on a mission to normalize career breaks for everyone, everywhere. We really believe that career break is not a full stop. It's not a period, it's a comma. It's not really a break, but a pause. And an exciting, fulfilling career really can happen after that pause. Since 2007, we have worked with some of the world's leading global corporations, Fortune 50, Fortune 100, many more companies, to design and scale their career reentry programs or returnship programs, as they are called. I'm sure you see a marquee list of employers and very aspirational logos in the champion employers there. So essentially, we are a pioneering company in the career reentry space. And I can say that we really defined and shaped the space. If you're saying to 2007, so for almost 20 years and more, we have been defining and shaping the space of career reentry and returnship programs across the world. In the next slide, you will see that's our CEO, Carol Fishman-Cohen. Again, she herself is a relauncher, a Harvard Business School graduate, took a break from the Wall Street, there were no career reentry programs then, and then she thought of iRelaunch. That's her TEDx, which has 3.5 million views translated in 25 languages, talking about how to really come back after career break. And those are some of her most popular Harvard Business publications, one of them being, having the title of a 40-year-old intern, which I would definitely urge all of you to to read, and we will possibly share some of the resources end of the session, which are all available on our website. So talking about relaunchers or returners, how we define them is extremely broadly, which is professionals, educated professionals planning to come back after a career break. We really support a global community of 120,000 relaunchers in different stage of returning to work after their career breaks, and the career breaks ranging from as less as 1 year to almost 20 years. So by working on both sides of the demand and supply side, both sides of the equation, that is working with the corporations as well as working with the relaunchers, we really know how high caliber this returner talent pool is. Our employers really believe that relaunchers are a gem of a workforce. And you see some of the reasons there. Relaunchers are coming back with renewed energy. They have a mature perspective to life. They have had prior work experience. They have led teams. They have faced timelines. So they are really, really excited to be back and ready to be back, bringing those mature perspectives to work, which is really valued by our clients. Let us listen to views of one of our leading employers. Through this session, I would be playing a few videos so that you don't believe that it's only me telling you that. There are a lot of leading corporations talking about it and many leading employers talking about it. So listen to one of our leading employers and what they talk about relaunchers and the career breaks.
Everybody has a choice. We all make career choices. We all make personal choices. That, at the end of the day, should not inhibit us from coming back into the workforce. That should not be the reason that somebody cannot be having a fulfilling career. Most of us have gone through personal situations where we need to take a step back, and some of us decide that we want to take a little bit of a longer break than the usual few months that we typically look for. That should not be an impediment, and that's the reason that Wells Fargo has been very outspoken that we are looking for employees who have taken a break. Everybody.
Thanks, Kavita, for playing that. So essentially, the message really is that it isn't an accommodation. It really is a qualification to be eligible for career break is a qualification to be eligible for the returnship programs. So that's the key message from this video. So the reasons of taking the career break can be anything. It can be from childcare, eldercare, taking care of your own health, traveling the world, following a trailing spouse as I did, and could be any reason. The length of the break, as I said, could be anything from 1 year to 20, any number of years. And also not to assume that relaunchers are all women. We are increasingly seeing, men relaunchers very successfully, relaunching, very passionately taking career breaks. So that really is telling us that, we are poised for great progress and growth in the whole area. So we really believe that a high potential professional does not really lose his or her ability to be a great performer just because you take a break. So what you really need is opportunity and that temporary transitional support to showcase that performance. And returnships or career reentry programs are those structured internship-like we have internships, or when we do our campus hiring, those are mid-career internship-like opportunities, which are structured and which helps professionals really come back in a very structured way. Not that people cannot relaunch without programs, but of course the success of when you get a transitional support is definitely much more predictable. I would like to I would like you to listen to one more of our champion employers who talks about what is the kind of transitional support which all these companies, progressive organizations offer as part of the returnship initiative.
And when it comes to talking about the success stories of relaunchers, our program is designed in such a way that our returnship participants are given customized learning experience, onboarding experiences, and technical training, exposure to senior leadership connect sessions. They also get exposed to live project experience, shadowing opportunities. So by end of their learning journey as returnship participant, they also get allocated into billable opportunities most of the time. And usually every relauncher is assigned with a mentor who handholds them throughout the 12-week, provide them with both formal, informal feedback. And in addition, we also ensure to see that the returnship participants have many other touch points through this 12-week journey to provide them with a real, true employee experience.
Thank you, Kavita. So that's the kind of support and transitional support that the organizations offer to help relaunchers come back. And now let's look at some of the trends, the career break trends and the career reentry program trends, which are very promising for us. And we are very excited about this more than we have been in our 20 years of history. The fact is that career breaks are not going away. In fact, we expect to see more career breaks. Career breaks on resumes have become far more common post-COVID than before the pandemic. There is surely much less stigma attached to the career breaks now. With more than 40% of the Fortune 50 already having well-designed career reentry program for several years, it really tells us that the progressive direction to tap the gem of this talent pool. And now there are so many more companies which really have realized that what a hidden pool of resource this talent pool is. Furthermore, according to a recent study of the Manpower Group, they did a group study with the millennials, and they really found that 50% of the men millennials are really anticipating a future career break, and 70% of the women millennials are really anticipating future career breaks. So these numbers are greater than we have ever seen. So this really tells us that career breaks are going to be more and more people, there would be more and more people and professionals taking a career break and planning a career break. And last year, just to inform you, LinkedIn created this whole feature of career break profile building. Earlier, you had like from 2003 to 2007, 2000. Now there is a clear feature of really calling out your break. I will show you in a short while, which is a further validation. We know LinkedIn is really at the helm of driving the careers of professionals and the career changes of professionals. So getting this feature is a further validation of a career path that includes a career break. So career breaks are becoming more mainstream. A career path that includes a career break are becoming more common. And we are seeing many more career pivoters and career reentry programs are getting more and more popular. So now, as technology professionals, how can you prepare for your relaunch? First and foremost, call out your break. Having a break, we used to be hiding, cover it up with something, not talk about it, or just, put the topic here and there. As I mentioned, that it is a qualification to be eligible for some of these programs. So it is extremely essential that you call out your break. If you don't call it out in your resume or on LinkedIn, employers have no way to really find it. And I mentioned that last year, LinkedIn has come up with this feature. You will see, this is actually Carol's profile. As I said, she is also a relauncher. And the bottommost box, she has called out her break. And this is a campaign that LinkedIn did in partnership with the iRelaunch. We called it Call Out Your Break. And the last box, the small box at the bottom, is really telling us that Carol Cohen took a career break for caregiving in that period. And when people search on that, organizations would be able to find professionals who have taken a career break for their returnship programs or the career reentry programs. The second tip that I would have for the technology professionals and all professionals is broaden your network. Relaunching cannot be a secret mission. Reach out to your past colleagues, speak to the, moms of other kids that you meet in the morning when dropping your kids to school, your, alumni of your universities, anyone and anywhere. I think, as I mentioned, it cannot be a secret mission. Reach out to the whole worldwide network there of mothers groups, college alumni, social groups, Toastmasters, and many such networking groups. We do understand that there is awkwardness of reaching out to people you haven't spoken in a long time. And that's where Relaunch is there for you. We will be guiding you to some of the resources which are available at the end of the session. The third tip that I really would have is creating your narrative. Yes, you took a career break. It's not as important of why you took a career break, how long you took a career break for, but what you really gained in that duration. What did you learn? What are you looking for now? What have you done as baby steps to get to that direction? Practice and refine that script, that elevator pitch every day in front of the mirror, in front of a family member, with your son, with your daughter, till the time you can confidently deliver it anywhere, anytime, maybe even in your sleep. Whenever people, whoever you are speaking to, you should be able to deliver that convincing, confident pitch of why, what are you really looking for and what is it that you bring to the table for that role. We also understand that, it can be very frustrating. Career breaks usually are longer than we had anticipated them to be. We hear so many relaunchers say, I thought I will go back after the maternity, and then this happened and that happened, and I thought I would be away for a few years, then it became like 10 years by the time I realized I am now ready to go back. So this is very normal. Career breaks usually tend to become longer than we expected them to be. And no job search is easy, and job search after a career break is not going to be any easier. But definitely, just because our professional identity drives a lot of confidence, sometimes we lose that as we really lose our professional identity. So I would really tell you, we have really very many shining examples. Again, in the resources section, I will tell you where to find those. Where professionals stayed perseverant, stayed resilient through the prolonged job search, and and they got hired possibly at their lowest points, and now they are very successful professionals, and we have success stories all across the world. So that's a message, at staying resilient, staying perseverant, staying hopeful, and not expecting miracles, but eventually it does happen. The fourth tip that I really would have is don't self-select out. As I mentioned, that a long career break does have a correlation with confidence or lack of it, but we still urge you to take a chance. Wherever you see a returnship opportunity, even if you don't meet the eligibility parameters, if they have asked for a 2 years career break, you have a 1.5 year career break, take a chance. If they ask for a specific experience, you don't have it exactly, but you have it nearly, take a chance. Try to get opportunities to get speaking to people and have exploratory interviews. I would say even take a chance to apply for roles, to full-time roles, not just the returnship opportunities. And you can, in fact, if they say, oh, you have a career break, do you think you will be able to, you can offer them the returnship option. You can give them an idea to give you an option of a returnship kind of an opportunity to prove yourself, and before they convert you to FTE. So those are the kind of things that I would definitely think that you should have in mind as you're preparing to relaunch. Now I come to the most important tip and the most important consideration, especially for technologists and technology professionals. When we are doing the returnship program, where we're talking to employers, technological obsolescence, that is not being up to date with the technology, is really the biggest concern that employers have hiring relaunchers. Oh, the person, I need a full stack Java. This person has had a break for so many years. do you think they will be able to come back? Or, AI, ML, all those greatest and latest of data science and things like that, would they really be able to come up to speed? And on the other hand, relaunchers are also, underconfident. They have their imposter syndrome. But we have to really understand that the pace of technological advancement is such that even those who are employed have to continually upskill, reskill, and reinvent. The good news is that we have seen at iRelaunch thousands, I wouldn't say hundreds, I would say thousands of successful relaunchers in tech companies with, as I said, with 2 to 20 years of career break, and some of them now in executive leadership roles. So technological obsolescence is really a temporary condition. I repeat, technological obsolescence is really a temporary condition. What we really urge the relaunchers to focus on is to update their skills, take a course. There are enough and more online, offline opportunities through Coursera and edX and what all forums available to us. Explore those opportunities, leverage those opportunities. As important as they are to prepare you, it also is a great signal to an employer, to a potential employer, of how serious you are about returning, if you are already making those baby steps toward the direction of your career. Remember that career reentry programs are also competitive, and relaunchers who are already demonstrating that they are updating their skills are going to stand out. So we do urge you to take a course in the direction of the career that you would like to take up pro bono or paid opportunities, volunteer opportunities in the same direction. If you're looking at launching in, you were an Oracle data, Oracle or Ab Initio or whatever those databases of the past were, and now you want to be getting into data sciences. So take up the right and relevant courses in that direction. Follow the path of the people who are doing your dream role, and see what kind of certifications and education that continuing education that they have done, and try to really enroll yourself there. So as I mentioned, definitely pick up some of those courses. Also explore pro bono or paid opportunities, project-based opportunities in line of your area of interest. And definitely stay in touch with the latest and greatest of your field on the social media, what is really happening in your technology landscape. If you are a financial professional, you are a banking and financial have been in banking and financial services, staying on top of latest and greatest of the industry or the technology that you were a part of, or you would be aspiring to be a part of, would be another tip that I would say to really take care of the biggest concern that relaunchers have and the employers have. And as I said, the great news is that we have seen not hundreds, but thousands. I would just show you a small video from, again, a very inspirational, and these are just the tip of the iceberg in terms of the inspirational resources that you will find on the iRelaunch site. But this is Shweta, and she is like a 3-time relauncher, 2 times in the US, and 1 time right now she relaunched again with Intuit in India. And here she talks about, her journey, her focus, and her resilience to build that whole muscle. Kavita, can you play the video?
I was
please?
doing this lead code, and I always start with problem 1. So I came up with the top 100 problems, which is usually asked in interview. And every time I start, right, let's say when you are on break, you work in phases. You are fully enthusiastic today, you will practice. Then it's gone for 2 weeks. Then you're fully enthusiastic.
Right.
And that is with everybody. So in every 2 weeks gap, I will always start with problem number 1. So my better half told me that you're always starting from problem 1. How many times will you do this problem 1?
Right.
I'm like, my choice. I want to do this. But see, what he did not realize, and I'm calling it out because when your husband tells you, it doesn't hurt you. But if someone tells you, it may hurt you. That, okay, what's wrong with me? Why am I doing it every time? But I could see, I didn't reply to him. But then when I thought about it, like how my mind is working, and I want to share this with everyone. You are starting with problem number 1, but you're not realizing the first time when we solved it, we took half a day to solve that very simple problem. The second time I solved it, I took 2 hours. The third time I wrote the same piece of code, I took 30 minutes. But when the fourth time I'm writing it, it was done in 10 minutes. And where does it reflect? It reflects when you go to give interviews, what you're doing when you're writing the problem. So I want to tell everyone, do not ever think that you're doing something very repetitively. You're building the muscle to see how to do it more and more effectively.
Great. Thank you, Kavita. So last but not the least, seek out for returnship, leverage various resources available, on the internet, online, leverage the plethora of resources that Relaunch offers you. We have these conferences. We have these various resources. I will talk about first a roadmap. Roadmap is a step-by-step guide to your relaunching. If you are looking to relaunch after 12 months, 24 months, it really has a step-by-step guide of how to build your resume, how to go out to the next steps of networking, and so on and so forth, all the things that I spoke about. So that's one key resource that you possibly can explore. You saw Shweta's video. There are many more videos about imposter syndrome, about building your confidence, about technological obsolescence, and many success stories of technology relaunchers that could be very inspiring for you, which is our series of 3-to-1 Relaunch podcast that you would again find in the Relauncher section. We also have a LinkedIn group that you could join and see whatever activity is happening there. And last but not the least, you can also join our Facebook group, which is a very vibrant group of professionals wanting to come back. And there are a few who are also mentors who have relaunched, who are always guiding. So that group really helps, professionals feel that you are really not alone in the journey. I also would urge you to look at our job board. The Relaunch job board is an exclusive opportunity board for relaunchers or returners. The qualification to be on this job board is to be on a career break. It does not have the professionals, regular professionals who are, career shifters or career pivoters, but exclusive job board for professionals with a career break. We urge you to apply here, and that is where our champion employers can find you. And you can also search for opportunities in your area and in your city. And we do have, and this is just a poster from one of the last conferences, but we do have the videos that you saw really are from our past conferences or past job fairs and events. So I would urge you to keep a track of upcoming events and job fairs, where we have a marquee list of employers always lined up who are offering opportunities to relaunchers as part of their career reentry programs or regular hiring. So please keep a tab of those opportunities. And now I end this with a last video, which is summation of all the messages that you heard. And these are, again, our champion employers from one of the past, job fairs that we really did, led by leading HR thought leader, Prabir Chab, moderating the panel. So Kavita, can we just play the last
Someone
video?
is saying that career break is still perceived as negative on one's resume. I have experienced it myself. It is very tough to handle. What would you assure or advise such a person? How do you deal with this kind of indifference?
What I look for from a business standpoint is the narrative that they are going to give me for that career break and what they achieved in the interim period is one area. The other area is, yes, there is still a view like that and there are incidences happening, but things have changed and evolved in the last couple of years and through the pandemic to a next scale. Don't think that's going to be everywhere. Instances would be there, but just keep moving. You will find the right opportunity.
So have faith and believe in yourselves. Brett, any other inputs on this question?
The thing I would emphasize to kind of build off what Ganesh said is that you're going to need resiliency and patience. These positions and these programs, they move slowly. to be completely honest. So just be patient. And also the resiliency side, just be applying for several different programs. There's nothing that prevents you from doing so. And I would encourage you to do that. I would say that the companies are getting more savvy at sort of every level, right? You've got recruiters who are becoming more savvy at understanding that, hey, this is a career break. It's not a problem. We've got this great program that's going to help someone. That's education that hopefully you're going to start seeing at the recruitment level, and then the recruiters and other HR professionals educating the business. So it is going to be a while to get there. Everyone wants it to be, but it is, as we've said, it is moving, we think, quite quickly now, post-pandemic.
Excellent. Tess, anything to add to that?
No, I think they've covered it really well. I think casting your net wide is important. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. There are many firms out there doing returnship programs now, and don't give up, because I think a lot of what we talked about today and a lot of our programs is our main aim is to convert people into full-time jobs. That's really what we want to do. And in order to do that, we are looking for managers that are genuinely hiring and have a role to give someone. So it might be that in this particular year, the skill set you have, we don't have a role in that area. So it really is an art and a science to some of this stuff. So if it doesn't happen this time, it might do next year, right? So the resilience is really important, but just give you that lens. We want you to be successful. So it might not be there today, but it might be there next time. So keep looking.
So resilience, hope, and optimism, 3 magic words, whether you're an employer wanting to get into relaunching or you are an individual wanting to be relaunched. Remember these 3 magic words from our 3 distinguished panelists.
Thank you, Kavita. I know we are top of the hour. I'm going to give a single word answer to the question that I see there. Lekhya, yes, the Cognizant program is live. They might be recruiting for the next cycles very soon. Divya, yes, I relaunched just today. I have posted the roles for Emerson. Please feel free to check those out. Sakshi, there are recruiters who could be judgmental. There could be bumps that you would have on the way. And that's really the journey. And that's really the movement and that we are trying to do by normalizing career breaks. So thanks everyone for joining, and all the relaunchers, pre-launchers, and allies of professionals on a career break. I'm sure all of us have a friend, a cousin, a neighbor who is looking to come back and after a pause. Share this knowledge, share these resources with them, and be a part of that movement of normalizing career breaks. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Power to Fly, Meg, and everyone. Over to you. Thank you.